My name is David Brager. I am a member of Shalom United Church of Christ in Richland. In 2005, in the midst of my MBA in marketing studies, I found a 42-point puzzle in the Gospel of Matthew written in Jewish logic. I took it to the pastor, Stephen Erickson. When we hired this person, we were advertising that God is still speaking. As a Jewish member of this community, it was my responsibility to take it to the pastor. This man never helped me in any way. I want to make sure the world knows he did not do anything more than make sure he got a paycheck. In this corridor of space-time, he is the Judas and the hypocrite. Be not like the hypocrite who stands in the synagogue and prays, but go into an inner closet to pray. This is the argument made by a man hanging from a cross, died on a cross, to outrun a problem. Someone caught a virus and wrote a Torah. There's no room for 10 men and a minion, a Torah in an inner closet. Please look at your hands. With 2 commandments using thumbs and 8 rules using fingers. The promised land is world peace, not Palestine. That was his argument. He never had a freedom. This nightmare with the shootings in Baton Rouge happening today, this is Sunday, July 17th. The problem with this world is that the barrier between fantasy and the mind and this reality must be clearly defined by Marines. A year ago, I earned permission from David Huntoon of the United States Secret Service to proceed on my approach to raise a call to the United States Marine Corps to stop a problem. I'm Jewish on arguing someone caught a virus and wrote the Torah. It is a symptom of a problem we had never considered. But you know, good and goddamn well, as a parent and as a programmer, and as a leader in an office, if you set up rules that are not to be broken and you leave, and you come back and you find a bully standing there frightening your people, you do not side with the bully, you side with the meek. Blessed are the meek. But whoever Moses is comes down from Sinai, sides with the bully. This is inconsistent with human logic. Second, there's over 3,000 years of human law, and yet at no point did you find one copy of a contract that is encrypted by the author. There are only redundant copies of contracts. The concept of the Torah being a contract between humankind and any sort of God entity is impossible in Jewish law. Finally, in the most modern world, you do not expect there to be one copy of the instruction manual for the entire internet on one server, with its minions doling out information. This is inconsistent with human logic. Whoever the Israelites are, they have yet to be human. This is not our history. These are not our people. That's the argument being made for a man hanging from a cross who never had a freedom of speech, but must. I have asked nicely for 10 years to have an opportunity to raise the Marine Corps in my church and to bring about these tools. Had the 0311 riflemen of the United States Marine Corps known that on 0311, March 11th, on 0311, March of 2011, that the earthquakes and floods and revelations were going to happen on that day, they would have done something about it. Nobody told anybody that from the end of the age today back to Sermon on the Mount is a time map. As we find those events that happened last to the first you see as you go backwards in space-time, hence those who are last to be first. This is an Einstein surrounded by idiots who sees a problem coming at our world and send reconnaissance with help, tenacity, tact, and timing. What I'm doing is terrifying, but these people are disharmonizing the United States of America and trying to get us into a civil war. And they did it by selling the U.S. national debt to the Chinese and then doing everything they can to try to get the Chinese to pull the loans. This is what happened to a very innocent and surprised Adolf Hitler. Prescott Bush never once told him that they secured loans in Germany and then pulled the loans while Prescott Bush was standing right next to Hitler. Now the loans in the United States from China, there are FEMA, F-E-M-A, guillotines and coffins and trains with shackles built by Halliburton, the only contractor. Had Bechtel or any other contractor been allowed to be a part of the bids, they would have run up the red flag if they'd seen any of these bid orders going through. George Bush spent every dollar he could find and create a tsunami in antitrust and rolling forward in our economics to slowly collapse beneath this nation in violation of oath of office. But when you catch people who violate oath of office and stop it before they do their damage, then you win and they lose. We have something they don't have. We have Marines! In the computer game of Armageddon has written all Marines on the planet are my flock! I rose to be a good shepherd. When wolves in sheep's clothing try to pull the wool of the eyes of my Marine Corps, by emailing and faxing these tools as David Brager performing the role of Aquarius, last prophet for Judaism. The role play has been powerful. You may recall the terror meters went red. The Russians were screaming their heads off about American military advisors in the Georgian-Russian incident, and things were tense. I sent a fax to the Washington, D.C. Embassy of the Russian Federation. I delivered a battery of tools I found in the Gospels. I pointed to my Marine Corps, who had no idea, and revealed a double cross. I begged them to do nothing. And they were kind enough to stand down. But George Bush, at the end of his administration, looked like a deer in the headlights. It didn't matter if John Kerry or George Bush won. In 1833, President Andrew Jackson closed the second U.S. bank because, as he put it, he did not want these wicked people in his government. For them to go over instead of skull and bones, instantly United States history was attacked virally by a weapon that was pulled from the design of the Torah we Jews had no idea we carried. Just as an innocent man is enslaved with having to carry a Torah, hence not being the perfect religion for a slave, so has the U.S. Constitution been attacked by the Patriot Act with expanding, expensive, defective bureaucracy to spend all of our monies without our permission. But 9/11 had an anomaly. On 6/56, I called the FBI anti-terrorism unit in New York City and asked them my one burning question. Have you ever run bomb-sniffing dogs through the remaining towers of the World Trade Center? The agent on the phone goes, and I quote, goodbye, and slammed down the phone. Take 4 stopwatches. Watch 9/11. The first plane hit, start 2. 1 to note distance between the first impact and the second impact. 1 to note distance between the first impact and the first building to fall. When the second plane hit, stop 1 and start a third one. 1 to note distance between the second building to be hit and the second building to fall. When the first building falls, stop 1 and start a fourth to note distance between the first building to fall and the second building to fall. And when the second building falls, stop the other 2. What you have is merely a perfect parallelogram in space-time, except the impact of the first plane set off the seismograph in the second tower, which is why it fell first. How is this possible? Well, it's possible because bad advice was given to FDR to create Japanese internment camps. I'm tracking people who give bad advice as a team. They gave bad advice to Woodrow Wilson at the end of World War I to demand that loans be given to Germany. And then as common knowledge that bad advice was given to the public to extend their credit, which caused the Great Depression. What nobody saw was Prescott Bush standing next to Adolf Hitler. The loans in Germany were pulled and the German dream died. What type of best friend does that to your nation? Prescott Bush was never Germany's best friend. He was Adolf Hitler's worst enemy, and he had no idea. The loans of the United States from China. There are guillotines and coffins and trains with shackles. Wake up your Marine Corps. Marines! 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 I've earned permission from David Huntoon of the United States Secret Service in Spokane to raise the Marines. This nightmare is being engineered. I build computer games using hypnosis. Terror meters do the same thing. Marines! 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 We have a problem that demands a Marine Corps. Please, wake up your Marines! They have no idea this is being engineered. We build computer games. They're using Armageddon as written. They're fracking down to a science. They can make earthquakes happen on demand. Please, wake up your Marines!